Alright, let's get started. The 4-year-old girl was diagnosed with DIPG. The parents refused an experimental treatment, but the doctor went ahead anyway, saving her life. He lost his licence as a result. Thoughts?
I find it troubling that he acted without the parents' consent. Even with a dire prognosis, he violated the ethical principle of informed consent. It's a slippery slope.
But what if that was her only chance? With a median survival of less than a year for DIPG, if he believed that treatment could lead to a breakthrough, wouldn't we consider it?
But that's the ethical quandary, right? We're taught to prioritise patient autonomy, yet he felt he was acting in the best interests of the child. It's so morally complex.
But still, the parents have the right to refuse. The concept of shared decision making is crucial. If we ignore that, we risk eroding trust in the physician-patient relationship.
Exactly. The therapeutic alliance is built on trust. If we start overriding parental authority, what message does that send about our respect for their role?
And what about the implications for the healthcare system? If families feel their voices are disregarded, it could lead to a broader distrust in medical professionals.
And that's where the ethical lines blur. We're not just making clinical decisions, we're navigating emotional landscapes. It's important to recognise the family's grief and fear in such situations.
Right. In such a high-stakes situation, we need to balance our clinical acumen with empathy. It's not just about the science, it's about the human element too.
Exactly. These situations force us to see medicine as more than just a series of treatments. It's about understanding the people involved, beyond the illness.
It's daunting to think about. As future doctors, these choices could define our careers and personal ethics. Are we really prepared for that?
We should be. Engaging in these discussions is essential. Ignoring the emotional aspect could lead to significant misjudgments in our practice.
Exactly. We need to advocate not just for our patients, but also for their families. Balancing medical ethics with compassion is critical in our future roles.
And what about the physician's future? He saved the child, but lost his medical licence due to malpractice claims. Was it worth it if he can no longer practice?
It raises questions about accountability in medicine. If we start crossing ethical boundaries, where do we draw the line? Our choices will have lasting repercussions.
It's overwhelming. I want to save lives, but I also want to maintain my integrity as a future physician. Finding that balance is going to be crucial.
And that's the essence of our training. We must think critically about the ethical dimensions of our roles in healthcare. Every decision we make has the potential to affect lives, both positively and negatively.
And think about the long-term impact on the family. The emotional trauma of losing trust in the medical community can have generational effects.
Exactly. Imagine being that child's parents, faced with a decision between conventional palliative care and an experimental treatment. It's a nightmare scenario.
Yeah. The experimental treatment came with severe possible side effects. They could have felt like they were just trading one tragedy for another. We need to weigh the risks carefully.
But the treatment had potential for success. Would the parents have reconsidered if they'd been given more time and information? Sometimes hope can cloud judgment, but so can fear of the unknown.
It's a double-edged sword. We're taught to balance the risks and benefits, but what happens when the stakes are so personal? The ethical implications become even more significant.
We need to remember that each case is unique. Context matters. A blanket approach doesn't work in situations with such emotional and ethical weight.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. As we progress in our careers, we'll encounter even more complicated cases. It's crucial we develop a robust ethical framework now.